try and keep Pain away. It's not going to last for too long. Another gadget popped as well. There's the kill as Livy tries to take it. Oh my god, and the dribble to the backside. A trick shot for his Livy. Pain needs to throw in the super. There's the rocket laces, but it's not enough. 1-2 kills. Wait, yes it is. Vatra, they take it back. Welcome back, everyone, to the Queso Cup, your daily dose of goofy music. And, you know, day number 1 so far, it's been a pretty entertaining ride. And I would expect nothing less from our final match of the day, which is Vatra versus Tribe Gaming. We'll see what Vatra has to offer, though. Here come the lane switches. Tyrant, he's coming over to the right side. Definitely the optimal lane for him, as he's going to be able to slice right through that ego when Juan Carlos eventually gets it up. He's also keeping Juan at range fairly effectively. And it's a bit of a hard call as to which star power he is running, but he is keeping Juan Carlos at range very well. Yeah, it doesn't appear that he is running power throw. He is still keeping one at range effectively. Juan Carlos really hasn't gotten any damage on the guy just yet. Zulon's going to get that first bit of damage on the safe. Extra credits coming in for additional damage as Livy tries to push RBM in as well. He chimes in on the lane versus Pain. Not quite going to get any damage just yet, however. Good tank of the damage by his Livy as well by popping down the Honey Molasses. Pain looks for something great. Combination there from RBM. Here comes the damage as well as the shield on the RBM. He will be able to get some damage onto that opposing safe. 10% knocked off so far and some good dodges. But as Livy with the teamwork popping down the Honey Molasses, Pain is forced to gadget out. He does get a super down. Doesn't last long as Livy annihilates it with the powered up shot. Zulon gets pinched really hard as well, but it doesn't stop him from laying into that safe. Another gadget popped by Pain, but it doesn't save his life. Tyrant and his Livy really lock things down. Solid stuff, and they might even be able to end it out right here. Tyrant certainly overstaying his welcome and might end up having to pay the price, especially as Juan Carlos shuts him down. But as Livy is no one to take any sort of hits as he continues to pummel that left side, and Zulon comes around for that final bit of damage. It just doesn't look like Pain and RBM can block that last shot from Tyrant. Tribe will take this game in a fairly convincing fashion. Interesting stuff here so far from both teams. It appeared that towards the end, Tribe, they just could not be shaken off by Vatra. It was just this never-ending onslaught up the left side. We'll have to see what the response from Vatra is come game number 2. As Livy is getting good control on that left side. Still needs to lock in the shots. Pain is baiting some of these out as well. Zulon's being very cautious about pushing forward. Here comes the ego forward on the right side as well. Juan Carlos is not able to get the kill quite yet. Last shot comes in to defeat Tyrant. And now Juan Carlos can push up on the right side. Zulon is left all alone. Ends up getting taken down by that last shot from RBM. Tyrant, though, not be slowed down. Still gets a little bit of damage on that safe. It's the inaugural safe damage of the game. Another gadget forward. He's just going for it with the super, actually. Little bit of damage on a Pain. Pain's quite reluctant to use his gadget until the last moment, and even then, can't save him. Another ego forward. Juan Carlos with the freeze frame 2. It's taken down by Zulon, and in the process, Zulon gets even more damage on that safe. Still, no response from Vatra just yet on the high safe until now. 13% knocked off by Juan Carlos. But Tribe, they've done just this irreparable amount of damage to Vatra's safe, and it's going to take a complete 180 in terms of the pace of this game in order to bring it back around. Tyrant, he's getting in close range versus RBM, doing whatever he can. RBM is able to get the takedown, however. Miss super there from RBM on the Pain is certainly going to hurt, but it's not going to be that much of a loss of value, as Pain would have lost that damage boost by the time that he even got in range of an enemy on Tribe's side. This is Vatra's opportunity to establish a backline at mid, however. Tribe, they're kitted out. They are ready to push things back up once again. They have the health, they have the abilities to make it happen as well. RBM on the left side, he's not going to get slowed down by his Livy. Meanwhile, Juan Carlos on the right side, he's completely uncontested. Zulon is determined to stay on top of this high safe to defend and not commit fully to that right side. Another missed super by RBM. You can definitely tell the pressure is getting to Vatra at this point, as Tribe have seriously asserted their dominance over the course of this set. Alright, massive moves forward. He's just going right for that safe. A little bit of damage on Pain as well. It's down to RBM, Juan Carlos, and Pain as one single unit to try and hammer that last bit of damage home. but it doesn't seem to be enough as the clock ticks down and expires. Tribe Gaming will secure a 2-0 set with Vatra. A first pick of Gale on the side of Tribe Gaming. Vatra Gaming, they swipe up Rico and Griff for themselves. Griff is going to be good for breaking open some of those walls, breaking open some of the bushes. That can be very difficult to deal with, because he does struggle on the range front. We'll see what Zulon's able to offer on the left side, however. Juan Carlos is looking for that angle around the left side, trying to get something versus Zulon, but having to constantly move back and forth is not really doing him any favors. Meanwhile, on the right side, Tyrant, he manages to diff the right lane. Here comes the breakthrough, actually, so no speed zone this time, and they've shoved Pain all the way into that left side. Though with his Livy and Tyrant slowed down for just a moment, could be enough to keep things away. RBM, he's eliminated as Livy slots it in. And a lightning fast goal, only 28 seconds from Tribe to start off this game. Already big damage in. A lot of zone control. No way Zulon's able to slot this win in already. Pain, he chases it down, but it's simply not enough. 12-second turnaround there from Tribe. Okay, you know what? I can't sleep on it any longer. Maybe Zulon on the Gale is just diff. What? How does that work? How does that pull through in such a way? Just good stuff for Tribe, I suppose. Vatra, they got to find a way to respond. They have switched around the lanes a little bit. Juan Carlos now goes for the right side. See if he meets the same fate as Pain did in the early game. Tyrant is linking, chaining these supers together. Does manage to escape with his life, but rather battered and bruised. Juan Carlos tries to keep him back on the right side, but we kind of all know that that's not going to last for very long. Here comes the super forward from Tyrant, but he's not able to chain it together. Ends up getting taken down, and now Vatra can start to move up through some of these bushes, through the trenches. Zulon is still trying his best to lock down the left side, but RBM is also getting good damage versus him. There, the wall's broken down. That's going to be a big hit for Zulon. Tyrant, he's able to catch this ball just in time to prevent Pain from going for a goal there. He's not out of the woods just yet. Juan Carlos is still looking for the angle. Tries to get that last shot on Tyrant. Thankfully, Tyrant was able to heal up just in time as Livy circles overhead looking for that next bit of damage. Juan Carlos is forced to use a gadget to heal up as well. It's a bit of a toss-up as to who exactly has control of this mid area so far as Livy and Tyrant go down, and that settles that. Now, Vatra, they're focused on the goal. Zulon, unbelievable. He's able to pass that ball into the corner and slap down a twister just in the nick of time to defend versus Vatra. The goal doesn't go in. The scoreline remains at 0-0 with a minute left on the clock. Zulon, he has a super chamber. There's a stun as well. A bit of a interesting angle that Pain got stuck on. Juan Carlos, meanwhile, has managed to take things down. Just got to see a pass over to RBM to secure this goal, and it looks like he's able to tank enough damage to make it work. 40 seconds left on the clock, and Vatra have already posted up one goal. Tribe have to respond in a very small amount of time. Will they be able to? Mystery that really only Tyrant can get rolling, as he has one more gadget left at his disposal. Try and break things open and try and enable things. There's the last gadget. He manages to get a kill. Juan Carlos is cleaning things up, though. Is Livy in close range for RBM, looks for something. A gadget down Juan Carlos, beams at long range to make it work. Zulon needs the stun. Here it comes. Pain. He's able to get that slow and the final bits of damage just in time. There's nothing that Tyrant can do in order to alleviate this situation. We're all tied up here. Set number 2. Well played by Vatra. Good display of skill by those guys, and what a way to bring back the momentum from game number 1, because Tribe were looking so dominant. Vatra, can't say the same for game number 1. Game number 2, I won't say dominant either, but it looked so much better than game number 1. It looked quite convincing as well. See what Tyrant's able to offer on the right side, as he's already taking a different approach from last time, opting to break open the walls that Juan Carlos was getting massive value off the entire last game. Still, it's not enough to stop Juan, as he still has other obstacles that he can ricochet his attacks off of. Meanwhile, on the left side, Zulon almost gets a kill versus RBM. Things have been eliminated on the right side, as Livy's going to pop down a gadget in order to try and keep Pain away. It's not going to last for too long. Another gadget popped as well. There's the kill as Livy tries to take it. Oh my god, and the dribble to the backside. A trick shot for his Livy to slot this in. And Tribe are up by 1 goal now. Oh my god. Is Livy, he committed so hard on that push. He had to go for it. But the fact that it actually succeeded is simply beyond me. That's play of the game right there. There's no doubt about it. Tribe never disappoints. And neither does Vatra, actually. We'll have to see how they bring themselves back from this one, though. It's quite challenging. Juan Carlos with a long-range beam and another kill on a Tyrant. But the ball is simply out of reach. Zulon, he can stall this game out for a very long time with his gadgets, and it looks like he fully intends on doing so. However, he's not really setting Tribe up for success, as already as Livy has fallen once again. Zulon, he's cycled out, but Juan Carlos can kind of repeatedly camp him in this area. Zulon, it looks like he's thinking about using that gadget, and he was able to pop it down just in time. RBM, he has other plans. He's going to break this one open, try and slot this one in somehow. Pass it out of the corner. Zulon, his main mission is to get that ball and pass it back in the corner. As Livy, his main mission was to try and take down Juan Carlos, but that didn't really fare so well for him. Tyrant almost gets a takedown into Juan Carlos. His ball needs to be reached, but it cannot be reached in time. Zulon is able to get the stun and the takedown onto Juan Carlos. RBM needs something. There's the kill. Needs the kill onto Zulon, but Zulon is just out of reach. Passes into the right corner. I think you guys know where this one's going. Wait for the 12-second mark. Pop down the gadget. He's waiting for, oh my gosh, the lag walk as well. 12-second mark, that's pretty much exactly as long as it lasts, or maybe it's 10 seconds. There it is, and that should last for the rest of the game. Things are fully sealed off. No amount of wall break is going to make this possible. Pain, what? He gets bounced over a wall? I mean, it was worth a shot. Yeah, RBM, he pulled through with the gadget the last second, but, and yeah, that's the Gale reality right there. Hard Rock Mine for set number 3. And keep in mind, Tribe Gaming, they've already gotten 2 set victories in a row. 1 game win for them here means a match point incoming was their draft. And I'm not alone in that. Tribe were also the biggest, I guess, critics of themselves in that department. And we'll see RBM on that Carl. He's going to be a little bit pinched on the left side, forced to gadget forward. Could find some value on Zulon despite the lamp blowout. RBM still finds a value as Livy somehow clips this around the wall. But meanwhile, Payne, Juan Carlos, have been focusing down Tyrant on the right lane. Tuning fork popped by Juan Carlos to keep himself alive, but he's playing a risky game. A big wall break from Zulon. They're actually losing a lot of pushes from that, but it's got to be a calculated risk. Tribe, they have to be anticipating that those bushes were more valuable to Vatra than they were himself. Zulon on the left side dispels RBM. Payne stays alive thanks to the heals of Juan Carlos. Payne tries to get that super off of Tyrant on the left side, but Juan Carlos and RBM will take care of it themselves. Here's a fat splatter as well to chip away a little bit of the health of Payne. See some super action on the back line from Tribe as well. RBM falls, Zulon remains alive. But along the way, Payne and Juan Carlos have stayed alive, and they have tried to find sort of their comfort zone on the left and right side. Zulon and his Livy still looking for something here. Zulon has the pull. Easy combination there for his Livy. Tyrant is kind of stuffed into the back left as well. All while Juan Carlos was getting aggro on that right side. Payne, he's been collecting gems, but now it looks like Juan Carlos could be out of luck. 2 gems is all Tribe needs, and that is exactly what they shall receive. As Livy now walks away with 4 gems to his name. Zulon with 7. One of these 2 needs to be taken down. Max range pull onto Juan Carlos. Beautifully played by Zulon, and just not really much room left for Vatra to do something. Amazing stuff for Tribe as they push themselves to a match point. The next Shakespeare, what did I say? It's not like I'm speaking in an iambic pentameter. That'll be ridiculous. Penny will always be your favorite for gem grabber. I like Penny here. In fact, we saw her earlier, but definitely leaning towards the side of Tribe's draft as far as what I would maybe say is an ideal draft for this map, with the exception of Janet, just because she's typically banned out, right? And she doesn't exist in my ideal Brawl Stars. I'm just putting it out there. Don't mean to be a hater, but yeah. Could be the last game of the day. Does the fate lie in Vatra's hands or more in Tribe's department? I'm inclined to say that Vatra still have a chance of bringing things back here, but Tribe are not making it look easy for the guys. Zulani just confidently struts past the left side. Looks like RBM did get stunned out of his super there. His Livy's looking for some value. Not going to be able to kill RBM with Mat Splatter. Still does manage to get the kill in the end, but that was a very commendable effort by RBM. He almost won 2 1v1s in a row. Good pull there as well from Zulon. Meanwhile, Tyrant's taken down on the back lines. That gym stays pretty uncontested. Payne's going to go ahead and pick it up. Now 4-6 on the gym count. RBM gets rid of this turret from Tyrant. Zulon still trying to farm up that next super as well off of Payne. Here comes a super in from RBM. A swift and elegant takedown onto Tyrant. Now, solid stuff in from Juan Carlos. A near kill onto his Livy. RBM's going to go for it. Gets stunned out by Zulon, but still is able to get the kill. Now, it's mission impossible. Escape for Juan Carlos. And RBM and Payne combine forces to take down Tyrant. 10 seconds left. Tribe have to get some kind of takedown onto Juan Carlos or Payne, but it's looking like they're all out of luck. Vatra, they're going to take their first game victory in this set and extend the match point. Great stuff here for Vatra. I mean, it might have been a comeback. It might have been a complete clutch towards the end, but a win is a win, and the momentum has shifted into the side of Vatra. Will they be able to capture it, or will they just let it slip? They have the opportunity to take everything they ever wanted here, as long as that is, you know, just a set. I'm having fun quoting some songs here, people, and I wonder if anyone will take notice. Nonetheless, Tribe not getting the strongest start here. Vatra, meanwhile, are getting super aggressive on the backlines, just like they had before. Juan Carlos, he is going to get double teamed, but it has opened up opportunities for things to be snagged at mid. RBM, he's a little bit preoccupied with the left lane, though, is going to get the drop on his Livy. Now, sets his sight on Zulon, but he's got to be careful. Here comes the super in. An immediate gadget response from Zulon is able to diff that lane as well. Meanwhile, though, with things so pushed up on individual respective lanes, Vatra have accumulated 6 gems so far in a tidy lead over Tribe. A missed pull for Zulon is going to cost him dearly, it looks like, but they still managed to hold on to the mid control. Payne is looking for any kind of angle, though. His Livy's on very low health as well. RBM gets the drop on him. Now Juan Carlos is in the same positioning as before on the right side, gradually forcing Tyrant and Zulon back. Good damage from Tyrant now. He's got to gradually push things in versus Payne, but RBM, yet another heist to the gems on the left side, all the way back with that gadget. 10 seconds remain. Tyrant, he's got to soften these guys up on the left side so that Zulon can maybe punch through, but it's not looking very likely. Could see a pull, but Juan Carlos tanks it. Vatra, they've clutched things up and brought things back for the match point. We're going to a set 4. Let's move into Layer Cake, set number 4. Tribe Gaming, once again, they are 1 game away from that match point, which is going to be essentially free, I imagine. See how it works out, though. It's also, meaning the stew, is going to be fairly good versus Ashe, at least until those rats show up. You got to get that supercharge first. There's the breakthrough as well. Tyrant already claims a life on the left side. This map is getting broken to pieces already. With each successive wall break, his Livy is going to get stronger and stronger, and that is the major concern for Vatra. RBM's taking an absolute beating from the gadget as well. And it looks like everyone on Vatra has fallen to the hands of Tribe, with the exception of RBM so far. Our favorite friend, the Wi-Fi symbol, is making an appearance here. He's available now in pin form for those of you who wish to equip him. Oh, okay. I didn't think it would go to me. I guess we're having a disconnect issue, but that's cool. I guess we chill here for a little bit until we get back in the game. Yeah, holy gameplay, dude. My favorite part was when they disconnected, right? It's like, disconnected because losing. It's that simple, dude. It's that simple. Just replay the match. Yeah, I mean, it would be crazy if I disconnected in the middle of saying something. Okay, I was really hoping it would stay on the camera so I could, like, stop moving and pretend as if I freeze, because I'm, like, the funniest person on the face of the earth. Really do that. Regardless, here's Tribe, securing a nice lead over Vatra so far, but Vatra, they fire right back. 6 stars and a blue star to their name. Just 1 kill is all they need by any definition of a kill. Is all that Vatra need to bring things back. It's going to be very, very tough for them to do, but it's still possible. They only have 15 seconds to do so. They can have Craft. Tyrant is on a rampage already. 1-2 kills, and now has his sights dialed in on Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos, he's the last hope for this team. He's going to try and get in close range. RBM is trying to push up as well, but really they're just cannon fodder for his Livy, who takes no prisoners here. Another match point earned by Tribe, and the momentum has flipped once again. Tribe, they're in the driver's seat, and they really do have the comp diff, I think. Let's see. What is this? What is this about RuneScape? I heard someone say RuneScape. RuneScape gameplay time? Oh, dude, you already know. You already know. I got a Wyvern's task I need to finish up. Which I actually do. I need to finish up my Wyvern's task. Anyway, for all 2 of you who understood that, congratulations. And for the rest of you who are into Brawl Stars and like normal things, what's up, y'all? Let's talk about the game. 1:30 left on the clock. Tribe are trailing by just 1 star. They need 1 crucial kill. They're certainly capable. Just need some wall breaks. Tyrant's going to pitch in his effort on the left side. Still, the angle of wall is available for protection. Well, okay, Tyrant's going to eliminate that possibility too. Ooh, and a solid kill onto Pain too. Juan Carlos is trying to lock in some damage, but he's outranged and really outgunned, just outer dafted for Vatra. Tribe, they know what's up. They're so good at drafting now, and it results in scenarios exactly like these. Could see Vatra's draft pull through, however. It's not the end of the road just yet. They're only outdone by 1 star here. RBM is going to be feeding continuous supers to Tyrant, but he already knew that that was going to happen. Now he just needs to close things in. On the left side, here comes the sort of fancy footwork from Tyrant. He's getting mad dodges versus RBM, but RBM catches up with him. 8 to 8 stars now, but as Livy fires back with a kill on RBM and another one on the Pain, there is enough time for his Livy to be taken down, and if he does fall, Vatra, they can take back this game. It's going to be Pain's responsibility. He needs something here with the super, but he's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. RBM tries to advance up the left side. Pain needs to close things in. Tyrant, he's the biggest threat to Pain right now. Pain needs to throw in the super. There is the rocket laces, but it's not enough. 1-2 kills. Wait, yes it is. Vatra, they take it back. 16 to 15 on the scoreline. And the match point continues. It looked impossible, but we keep going. What? How did that happen? Oh my gosh, the rocket laces combined with the super became the ultimate clutch. And yeah, 1 more game victory from Vatra. We very well could be going to a set number 5, but oh wow, I'm surprised Pain didn't go down there to the gadget from Zulon. Still though, Vatra are in the lead by 1 star as we speak, and it does happen to be the blue star. Haven't let go of it just yet, but Zulon has picked up a kill on the right side. Juan Carlos, he's stepping right back up to the plate. His Livy looking as dominant as ever. Another kill as well as Pain topples to the ground. And his Livy has 2 kills under his belt and a blue star to show for it as well. Pain continues moving up here. Meanwhile, RBM does much of the same. Doesn't really manage to get too much damage on Tyrant along the way. In fact, maybe no damage at all. Big damage onto the guy. No kill just yet, though. Ooh, another one onto Pain. And this is looking like a much more dominant game for Tribe than any of the previous ones that we've seen. Not too late for Vatra to pull things back, but we're certainly getting close to that point of no return. His Livy is just not letting anyone through these gates, especially not Juan Carlos. There's a perfect clip around the corner to take the guy down. RBM continues looking for something versus Tyrant, but now Tyrant is not giving him any slack at all. It really looked like an outdraft to the degree that maybe Tribe Gaming were, well, they certainly weren't playing like this in the last game. Let's leave it at that. 20 seconds left. Vatra pushed Tribe all the way back to their respawn. It's not over just yet. He needs another big clutch here. Could be a team wipe in the back right to bring things back. Pain could use a super here, but he's got to make at least 1 connection to make it happen. There's a screeching solo. RBM picks up the kill. No way! It's another runaway victory with the clock ticking down. Vatra have advanced by 2 stars over Tribe. What? What? No, I'm not dealing with it. This is crazy. This is crazy. We're not, this isn't happening right now. We're not watching Brawl Stars. This isn't Vatra versus Tribe. Sorry, I had to bring myself back to reality for a moment. Let's talk about Vatra's draft, like lightning quick. Gus and Janet are just going to be fairly good at long range for dealing with things when it comes down to control. I think that they're also going to be fairly good options. It's going to come down to the execution at the end of the day when all things are said and done. But for Tribe, I think the task is a little bit taller. Though Zulon is certainly delivering so far. On the lane versus Pan, this might be his most viable one. And he has already cycled out a super, keeping Pain and RBM all the way stuffed back. Juan Carlos is going to attempt to push up the left lane, and so far he will be able to step on the point just a little bit, but he's more focused on staying in position to deal with Tyrant. Big damage from Tyrant as well. Juan Carlos around the left side, looking for something versus Livy. Solid stuff from RBM. Tyrant goes down. Juan Carlos circles overhead, looking for something versus Zulon. There's a freeze on RBM. Zulon's next target, perhaps? No, maybe is Livy's next target? He's going to have to line up these shots. He plans on taking him down. Is not able to line it up at long range, unfortunately for him. So far, Vatra has done a fairly good job capturing the zone so far. Well, I could stand corrected is, so far, Tribe, they are pushing back quite a bit. Juan Carlos, he's searching for Zulon actively. Not going to be able to fire up that last shot, interestingly enough. Tyrant also gets taken down by Pain, and is Livy and Zulon start farming up the percentage on this point. They're still trailing behind Vatra so far. They need to keep a close eye on this left side. Juan Carlos is going to make some advances. Pain also, he has a super ready to go. He's trying to clip this corner around the barrel. He's unable to do so far. Here comes that shield onto the right side. A little bit of protection for RBM. Thankfully, he was able to throw down that super right before he was frozen. As Livy and Zulon have been forced back, actually. Vatra, they might be able to take this one. RBM has taken a lot of damage from the right side, but he's still weathering the storm fairly well. Zulon, he's got to get some good dodges. Good prediction from Pain. Almost a kill finishing move. Wow, and a great prediction there from Pain. Tyrant, he's got a lot of ground to make up here, but it's simply not going to be enough. Pain, he gets to sit high and dry for a moment, regen some health. Let RBM do the dirty work on the right side. Oh, Pain prepares to now take on that left lane. We're nearing the point of no return, folks. It's looking like a Vatra runaway victory. Tyrant and Zulon, they don't have the firepower to offer to take this one back. And just like that, Vatra, they are going to match point. They have been subject to 4 match points already. And like that, they've turned it around. They need one more game locked in here to finish things off right here and right now. Will they be able to? Well, it certainly looked convincing from the side of Tribe. RBM holding the Lu lane is kind of crazy. It's very impressive. RBM holding the B lane would be pretty much legendary. We'll see if he's up to the task. So far, he's got a bear versus 2 brawlers at once. Pain is thinking about it. He's thinking about getting on that point. Will be able to pick up a little bit of capture along the way, but Zulon super stayed them off for quite a while. Great kill there from Pain. Spooky Boy explosion. Take down the right lane. Tyrant, wow, he's really been massacred. What? How is Juan Carlos able to get a kill like that on the Tyrant? Were y'all watching that the entire time? That was ridiculous. I've never seen someone land that many shots with Janet on one target. Pain has not really given them an easy time either. Does get frozen up. It's no real advantage for Zulon here as he wasn't able to get in range. His Livy, though, is certainly putting in the work on the right side. As he's pushing things back so effectively. A little slow on RBM too. And RBM's just out of reach by this point. Pain, he's also just out of reach. Juan Carlos, he's going to go for the super once again. Trying to line it up versus his Livy. Will he be able to get it? Well, he still needs 1, 2 more shots left. Unfortunately, I think his Livy forgot that that's a piercing attack from Juan Carlos. He was able to take him down just in time. Zulon also falls. Tyrant collecting damage like no one's business. But now he's starting to avoid it just a little bit. RBM still is pushing him back quite a bit. Vatra got me a lot of captures so far. Tyrant is able to get a good kill on the bottom side as well with piercing damage from his super. It's up to Pain to lock in some of these last bits of percentage. Dylan, Tyrant, is Livy. They all descend on Pain like a I actually don't really know what you'd call it, like a flock of Who cares? Condors? What vultures? By this point, the meaning is lost. It's okay. We needed a bit of a momentum shift. We needed to slow things down a little bit. The pace of the cast as well as the pace of the game. This is Tribe's opportunity to bring things back. But the clock is ticking down. I mean, this has been a long and arduous journey to get to this point. The Tribe, they're seriously racking up some percentage here. And they're threatening to take Vatra's place. Things opened up so much as Livy's just having a heyday, one after the other. Someone tell him this is actually Brawl Stars. Juan Carlos is really the last hope for this roster at this point. 15 seconds left. It actually might be just enough time for Vatra to bring things back. One kill, now it's just RBM. The Tribe have taken the lead. It's only RBM and Juan Carlos to try and bring things back, but they're running out of time. And this one, despite being a super close game, has been a comeback from Tribe, and we're headed to a double match point. I imagine you guys are feeling about the same as me at this point. This has been so close, and it's all now coming to a head. 2 sets to 2 sets. 1 game to 1 game. Fabled double match point. Raise your hand if you were expecting it between Vatra and Tribe. I wasn't necessarily seeing it coming today. However, I predicted Tribe at the beginning, and now I kind of want to change my answer. Does anyone have an eraser? I feel like Vatra has looked so strong here. And off the beginning of this game, I mean, it's just no different at all. Tribe, they have to somehow open this map with enough time. Oh my gosh, Pain is going crazy on his Livy on the right side. He's even getting a little bit arrogant on the right side. But it's working. Whatever he's doing is working. As he gets the kill, and almost another one on the Tyrant. But now, Super Zulon has descended on mid and might find its way there once again. Just a little bit more damage is all it's going to take. Aggressive plays from Tyrant, pushes things all the way back on the back right. Pain is just now able to return to mid. But really, Vatra, they're not working up a sweat at all. 80% nearly on this point, and Tribe, 0 goose eggs. Zulon's going to look to get that little first bit as Livy, much of the same. Inaugural capture from Tribe, but they have to somehow play this entire game without relinquishing control even once. Because if they do, Vatra is coming back. First kill onto Zulon. He's already going to put a dent in the defense. There's another kill onto his Livy. Tyrant's going to be the last one to fall. And there's just no coming back from here unless RBM is somehow diffed by Zulon. As Livy's rolling up to the plate once again, it might be possible. RBM sees frozen in place. 99%. This has got to be a picture-perfect game. Pain, he tried to use the super in time, but was unable to do so. RBM, he has enough health to approach in time. Here it comes. There's the healing, and Juan Carlos gets a final footstep onto that point. Vatra, they've taken it back all the way from numerous match points in a row. And Tribe helpless to stop this unrelenting momentum. Beautiful gameplay from Vatra. The last thing that I personally expected. But guys, I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier. Okay. In case anyone from Tribe is in here, I'm really sorry, and Vatra probably cheated, and you deserve to win. Just kidding.